We are quickly approaching the NFL season. We got the season opener, Rams versus Bills. We have that on Thursday, and then on Sunday, we got a whole slate of games. It's finally here. We are in the week of the first NFL game. And there hasn't been really all that much news in the last few days. So I decided to just go out and list my before season playoff predictions. I plan on doing this one more time, and that's going to be when the playoffs are set all the way in December. So I'm just going to start out with the NFC playoffs. I have the Rams being the 1 seed, the Bucks the 2 seed. I have the Vikings the 3 seed, the Eagles the 4 seed. I got the Packers the 5 seed, the Cowboys the 6 seed, and the 49ers the 7 seed. I think it's going to be close between the Vikings and the Eagles. I think there's only going to be a game or two separating them. And then also the Vikings versus Packers, I think the same thing there. I honestly think that it could come down to their week, I don't remember if it's 16 or week 17 game, but I think that game could end up deciding the whole division. Eagles have gotten so much better. I think that they're a better team than the Cowboys. 49ers, with Trey Lance, they're not going to be able to go and win the division. And I think they're just going to squeak their way in there. With Jalen Hurts, I think he's really going to show what he can do this year. And this could be Tom Brady's last run. I don't see them getting the 1 seed. Will probably be Tom Brady's last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did get the 1st seed. So then that just leads to the first round of the playoffs, the wild card. You got the Bucks and 49ers, Vikings and Cowboys, Eagles and Packers. First game, Bucks versus 49ers, Bucks winning. So I think Bucks win. It's Tom Brady, like I said, probably Tom Brady's last run. It's gonna be Trey Lance's first. It's gonna be his first playoffs, and I don't see it going past the wild card. Then you got the Vikings and Cowboys. I think the Vikings will win. I can see that being a close game, but I think the Vikings will squeak out a win, playing in US Bank Stadium with the crowd there. I think the Vikings do end up winning that game. Then you got the Eagles and Packers. I think the Packers will get the upset in Philly. The one thing with the Packers that I forgot to say earlier is I think they can do really well, but they can also do really bad. It's just going to depend on how all the wide receivers play. They have a ton of young wide receivers, and if they don't play well, the Packers are just not going to do well, and then go on to play the Rams in the divisional. And that will lead us right into the divisional round, where it's going to be Rams versus Packers. This is also going to be a close game. They're going to be playing in LA, but I see the Rams winning. I think that bye week's going to really help, and as long as they have their whole team healthy, I can confidently say I think they're going to win. And the Rams will move on to the NFC Championship. Buccaneers versus Vikings. I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings made it a close game, but Vikings aren't going to win. Vikings are not going to go into Tampa Bay and end up beating Tom Brady and the Bucs. Tom Brady's looking for a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl win to finish out his career. He's not going to go out in the divisional. And then the NFC Championship. I got Rams versus Bucks. I think that the Rams will win. They'll be playing in LA with the Rams' home field advantage. I think the LA crowd is going to be good. But I think this is where Tom Brady's career will come to an end, and he'll lose to the Rams in the NFC Championship game. So the Rams will go to the Super Bowl. And now my AFC predictions. Number 1 seed, no surprise. I think Bills going like 15-2 or something. Just a crazy record. Bills are the 1 seed. Chargers, they have gotten significantly better over the offseason. I got Chargers at the 2 seed. I got Bengals winning the North at 3. And then I have the Colts beating out the Titans, and the Colts win the South. I think the Titans could be close. I feel like Matt Ryan in a new place. It's going to be a good race. Whoever finishes second in the South do not end up making the playoffs. 2 more teams from the AFC West. And then another team from the North. I have the Ravens finishing second in the North as a 5 seed. The Chiefs as a 6 seed. And now, this might come to a surprise to a lot of people. I have the Raiders at the 7th seed. I have the Raiders beating out the Broncos. I mean, I think it's going to be a close division. I would not be surprised if the division is decided by 1 or 2 games. I think it's going to be what the AFC North was last year. It's going to be fun to watch the AFC West play out. So, first game of the AFC, I got Chargers versus Raiders. Division game in the wild card. I have the Chargers, no problem beating the Raiders. The Raiders will lose 2 years in a row in the wild card. Chargers defense, as long as they're all healthy, it's going to be really good. Next up, you got a rematch of the AFC Championship. Bengals versus Chiefs. It's going to be a close game for sure, but I have the Bengals edging out the Chiefs in that one. I mean, I could see the Chiefs winning that too. They're not happy about how last year ended. If they have a chance to play the Bengals in the playoffs, I would not be surprised if they make that a good game. Colts versus Ravens have the same thing as the NFC. I have the Ravens going into Indianapolis, and I have the Ravens upsetting the Colts. Then I got the Bills versus Ravens. As long as everybody is still healthy on the Bills, I have the Bills winning. The bye week's going to help them, and after some needed rest, they're going to come out, beat the Ravens, and go to the AFC Championship for a second straight year. Bengals and Chargers. Once again, I think it's going to be the Chargers winning. I really don't see the Bengals having really anything for the Chargers defense. Chargers, as long as the Chargers defense is still healthy, the Chargers are going to go all the way to the AFC Championship. Now, the Bills versus Chargers in the AFC Championship. This is going to be a good game because if both defenses are healthy, I could see this being a pretty low-scoring game. I can see maybe a team didn't score more than 21 points. It's going to be Bills versus Chargers. They're going to be playing in Buffalo in the cold temperatures. LA's going to have trouble. The Bills crowd is going to be electric. I have the Bills going to the Super Bowl. And then we have a rematch of the season opener in the Super Bowl, which a lot of people are thinking that this could be the Super Bowl matchup. The Rams versus Bills. They're going to be playing in Arizona. It's obviously going to be a close game. It's a Super Bowl. I would expect it to be a close game. Again, but if both defenses are healthy, I can see this being a pretty low-scoring game again. But I have the Bills coming out on top, and I have the Bills winning their first ever Super Bowl. Every year, the Bills have been getting better and better and better. I think it was 2 years ago they made it to the divisional. Last year, they made it to the AFC Championship. And if the Bills are going to have a chip on their shoulder this year, if the Bills are going to come out, they're going to win the Super Bowl. With the team that they have, I don't think it'd be a surprise to anybody if the Bills won the Super Bowl. Those are my preseason playoff predictions. I plan on having a week 1 predictions video coming out later this week as well. That will probably come out on either Tuesday or Wednesday. And on Thursday, we got the season opener. Wait a few more days. Sunday, we got a whole day of games.